Okay, Mark, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Well, we're here at the Canadian Tire Motorsports
5 minutes
Park,
left, guys.
and we, as you just heard, we have about 5 minutes left in the qualifying. I can show you here. We have about, let's say we have 11 cars. I'm qualified ninth position. And from the number one qualifying to my position, it's all within 1 second. So pretty tight qualification. A lot of good drivers here. Alex is actually in Button Willow racetrack today doing testing in real cars, and so he's not going to be joining us today. And so we'll have to catch him another day. But here we are at Mosport. Let me think if I can go. I'm going to see if I can get this so that I can look at. No, it's not letting me control, but you can see in the background the racetrack here. This is considered a high-speed track. You'll see on the little diagram on the screen, there's a limited number of turns, and they're all pretty high speed. And today we're going to be driving the Dallara P217, which is called an LMP2 car. It stands for a Le Mans model prototype. And these are about $3 million cars. They're on par with, as far as performance, with a Formula One car. So they generate about 1,000 horsepower, and it can accelerate quite rapidly. On the back straight, you will see the cars reaching almost 200 miles an hour on the back straight. I think the way that the things are tuned today, and what I was seeing in qualifying, I was reaching about 190, but it will just depend on traffic and just how the track temperatures are when they actually start the race. It has been a while since I've actually been in the simulator. We've been traveling, and there had a lot of conflicting things for the dates of the different races, and so it's fun to be back in the car. Appreciate folks tuning in, but I want to set your expectation that it could be quite interesting, as I have not been in the car for quite a while. I've not been in the simulator for quite a while.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
Actually, let me do the far chase, and so you can see what the rear chase. So these are what the cars look like. It's a fully enclosed car, has a single in the center cockpit, and enclosed tires, and these are running a variety of different. I think this is running Cosworth engines, but they are pretty interesting. If I do the blimp view here, you can see the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. So over here on the far right is right now in the center, but it's in that's the main pit lane, and then we come out and drive, and then you can see off in the distance there's a 180 degree turn, and then along the back between the trees, that is the longest straightaway on the track, and then it comes through high-speed turns coming back on the main straightaway. There is some elevation change in the track. I'll set it up on Scenic, which will take us around the track a little bit so you can see. This is the pit lane. You can see the car 92 down at the end of pit lane with the tents there. This is one of the elevation changes. This is coming into that 180 degree turn. So the cars come down the hill, up the hill, make a 180 degree turn, and then come down here. You can see the car coming around and then back onto the main straightaway. Then there's elevation changes as the car runs all the way down to the end of that main straight and through high-speed turns. So that's kind of where we are. We've got about 7 seconds for the end of the qualifying session. and then we'll get gridded up for the race. Probably not going to talk a lot on this. I'm just going to try to have my hands full to try to keep the car on the track. A lot of horsepower, a lot of acceleration. It will give you a little bit of a sense of what it's like to be in a Formula One car. So as far as sports car racing, this car is as close as sports car racing gets to the level of Formula One. So this is on par with an Indy car that they run at like the Indianapolis 500. So light cars, really fast, lots of horsepower. Just to give you a sense, for those of you who had an opportunity to watch one of the Mercedes GT4 races when I was running in the real car, the car that I'm going to be riding in the simulator today has 3 times the horsepower of the Mercedes that I ran in those races. So we were running just over 300 horsepower in the balance of performance in the GT4, and this is right around 1,000. So 3 times the horsepower. These cars generate about 12,000 RPM. Normal car like the Mercedes GT4, we were running around 7,000 RPM. So just to give you a sense of the difference. Another difference on these is this car has a tremendous amount of downforce, which means that we can take the turns at a very high rate of speed. So
That's the end of the session. P9.
You'll notice that on some of these high-speed turns, we're taking the turns well over 100 miles an hour. So let's go ahead and get gridded up. And so this is what the cockpit of the car looks like. It's kind of tight and cramped, like a real race car. And we're gonna let me get my things set up here. Yeah, where I am. And yeah, so this is on the main straightaway. And we'll get ready to go here. We're doing a standing start, which is so once again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We've got about I think it's going to run about a 20-minute race, and I'm not sure how many laps. We've been doing about minute and 10-second laps. So yeah, so we should be doing about 20 some laps, 25 laps maybe. Oh, the anticipation.
.30 The air temp is 65 Fahrenheit. Okay, Mark, get ready. Go, go, go.
Well, that was not a good
Are
way
you
to
okay,
start.
mate?
Well, what a dud. All that anticipation, and then tapped the guy in front of me and into the grass. So, not a good start. And so, basically, since I had to push the towing button, it's going to penalize me for about 2 minutes to sit here, and it's basically to simulate the time to tow the car back to the pit lane. So Anyway, not a good start. Top of the fact that I just put a $3 million car into the wall. Not a good way to start.
The leader has just done a 107.67.
Hopefully they don't do a pit stop after I... Yep.
Exit's clear. Push. The leader's just done a 107.24. Position.
Well, the only way I can go up is now at this point.
The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 90 Fahrenheit. E9. Last lap was a 108.24. That's your quickest lap. Pulling away from the guy behind. The gap's now 6.0. That was a 108.10. That's your fastest lap today. Okay, Mark, there'll be chances here. Let's make sure we can take them. 20 minutes remaining, you've got 20 minutes left. Your lap times are pretty consistent. Fastest lap for Mason, 107.00. Blue flag.
Get out of these guys' way.
in front is now 0.6. P10.
Not for long.
Blue flag.
On your left, clear left.
Well done, Mark. Good pass. Eyes front. E9. Your lap time was at 108.70. The guy in front has just done a 106.94. The gap behind is now 12 seconds. Minutes left. Alright, Mark, that's half distance. Fuel levels are fine.
Car right. Clear right.
Blue flag. P8. Mason is now leading. Your lap time was 1:08.14. Ten minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Hit all your apexes. Wait for the chances to come, mate. Blue flag. P8. The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 86 Fahrenheit. New fastest lap for Mason, 106.73. Seventh position. That's your quickest lap in this session.
On your left. Clear left.
You might wonder why I let him go by, but he's a lap ahead of me and no position change, so I didn't want to hold him up on his race. So he's fighting for the guy in front of me, not me. So there was no difference, just to be nice.
The guy behind has just done a 107.00. Five minutes to go, 5 minutes left. All right, Mark, relax, focus, keep it smooth. That lap was a 107.77.
Uh-oh. A little too fast in that corner.
Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go.
Okay, let's keep it crisp here. We only got 2 laps. Let's not get lapped.
P7. The car behind's pitting now.
White flag, 1 lap.
White flag, last lap. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
Well, if we hadn't had that disastrous start, we might have actually picked up a few slots, but going all the way to the back and then having to work our way back up from 10th all the way back to 7th, that took most of the work for today. So anyway, we'll get her up here to 175 or 180 mile an hour.
Yellow flag, caution. P7, that's the end of the race. We'll get him next time.
Alrighty. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in. You got to see the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. And anyway, so appreciate everybody tuning in, and I'll keep you posted on the next race. And,